I'm Caleb Brooks with the AHSAA Radio Network. I'm at Pike Road High School. I'm joined by our River Region Athlete of the Week, Brack, quarterback here for Pike Road. And Baron, for you guys right now, man, y'all playing fantastic football. Really, I think a season ago, you guys really started building some momentum that you were really able to carry over into this year. And you guys haven't been able to look back and hadn't fallen yet. No losses on the record. What is it right now that's helping this team play so well?
I think we're just coming together as a team a lot more than we were at the beginning of summer. We're trusting each other. Everybody's got each other's back, and we work hard week in and week out, just trying to go 1-0 every Friday, not getting too excited about what's happening the next week, or looking forward to the end of the season, something like that.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the things I was impressed with when you walked in. I said, man, y'all playing good right now. And you said, look, man, we're just getting better, 1-0 every week, and that's the focus. And, your coach kind of talked about that when I came early in the year. But how difficult is that sometimes to take that approach of, we're just focused on this week and then not look ahead or to even think back on some of the games that you guys have already had?
Especially now, it's getting tougher and tougher because, we just come off a big win who embarrassed us last year, and now we're trying to focus on Dadeville and get ready for them instead of looking back on this win like, oh, yeah, when we beat St. James, we can beat anybody.
How big was that win, though, over St. James for this program, to crosstown rival, basically? I mean, to get a win over them, how big was that just for Pike Road football?
It's a big win because they're such a good football team. It was a great game and just a huge win for us, self-esteem and everything.
You got named Athlete of the Week because you had a great game yourself. 12 of 18, 254 yards. You added a rushing touchdown. What helped you play so well? You pretty good through the air, 66%. I mean, to go for 254 yards, what were you seeing out there?
I was just trusting my receivers, throwing it to them. They make me look really good most of the time.
When you got guys that you can trust, that you're confident in to catch the ball, I mean, does it make it a little bit easier for you to – because I feel like with quarterbacks sometimes, if you don't trust your receivers, you're more likely to tuck it and run or to do something else. I mean, does it make it easier when you do have that type of trust in your receivers?
It does. It makes it a whole lot easier than just tucking and running because – throwing the deep ball is awesome.
Yeah.
Way better than running.
When you're out there and you're making your reads and you're going through it, when you were first starting out as a quarterback, do you feel now that you've gotten a lot better in that aspect of being able to read a defense and to see a defense out there?
Yes, sir, without a doubt. I've gotten a whole lot better.
Where do you really feel like you've gotten better at doing it? Just quick decision-making or what?
Definitely my decision-making. Like, at the beginning of summer, I wasn't making the best decisions. I was trying to force throws, but now I'm just trusting it and making out my reads.
Is there really a week that you can think back on where you kind of feel like, all right, that's when it really started clicking for me?
Probably week 3 against PCA. Just kind of hit that week in practice, and then I just keep building off of it each week.
Do you ever feel yourself getting a rhythm? Like you play baseball as well, and, at the plate, you can really feel yourself get going at the plate. Do you feel that at quarterback some nights as well when you're throwing the football?
Sometimes. Not a lot, though. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'll throw a bad pass, though, and it's like, oh, dang. And I got to get back in the rhythm.
And how tough is that? When you're the quarterback, you pretty much have to play emotionless a lot, and you have to get over stuff quick. Is that a difficult thing for you to try to move on after a bad play, or do you is it something that comes natural where you can just move on from it?
Early in the season, it was probably difficult because I was putting so much pressure on myself. But now I'm just trusting my teammates, and I know they got my back and I got theirs, so I just let it slide.
You mentioned putting a lot of pressure on yourself early in the year. What do you think that was?
Coming to a new school, being a new transfer, starting as a quarterback, just kind of was like, I got to do good, but I got such a good team around me, I don't have to play my best game every game.
When do you feel like for you that you kind of started trusting your teammates a little bit more and you kind of quit putting that pressure on you and quit, feeling like you had to do it all?
Week 3 or week 4, just realizing like, hey, I don't have to play good. These guys have got me. So one of those games.
Talking to Coach Browning, he talked about how he has a group here, the senior group this year that you're a part of, but they've been with him really from the beginning. Right. This the group that's kind of been able to come up. You kind of came into it though, transferring in. What did you see when you came here and you became a part of this program, as an outsider coming into it?
A brotherhood like that, just teammates that love each other and do anything for each other. We're just getting closer and closer.
And you're telling me you came from an AHSAA school that only won 2 games your sophomore year. And so what are the differences that you see about Pike Road's football team compared to that football team that only won 2 games?
Just a lot of just the players trusting each other more, just playing hard and stuff. I don't know.
And Coach Browning talked about a year ago, he feels like this group got tired as the season went on. Not used to playing this many weeks in the season, and then as the season just went on, it kind of wore down. How do you guys feel right now? Now that you've kind of went through it a year ago, obviously you weren't able to be a part of it, but now that you guys are at this point, I mean, how do you feel like this group feels this year, having already gone through it?
I think we're fine. I think we're ready to go. Just looking forward to the next Friday every week. Always wanting to play instead of just kind of being done with it. I think we always want to play.
We got a little curtain right here, but if they were able to look through it, there'd be a field getting built right behind us right now. And how excited are you guys to, potentially have the opportunity to finally get to play a home game here at your high school this week and not have to travel somewhere to go play?
We're pretty excited for it. It's a big thing, and it's a new practice area, something better than what we've been practicing on, and it's a place for the community to come out and watch us play and support us. So it's awesome. We're all pumped for it.
And does that kind of make you kind of look at things and go, well, man, we've been practicing on a baseball field, we were practicing in a cow pasture, now we're going to actually have a football field to practice on, so there's no telling, what this team can do now.
Right. That kind of opens up everything. It'll make practice run a lot smoother, I'll tell you that right now.
And, you're telling me that, obviously the goal, win a region championship, to host a playoff game, but for Pike Road to do that, it's such a, young football program, to do it as early as you guys could potentially do. How big is that in building this program into what they're wanting it to be here?
I think it's huge. I think if we have a good season this year, more and more people will want to come here and just better everything.
And, obviously you moved into it, but for you seniors to leave this and for your legacy to be that, to leave as region champs here, how big would that be for this class? Because you're always really going to be remembered as that first region championship group.
I think it'll be huge for us. I think we've all worked hard for it, and, I just hope it works out that way.
Where do you feel like y'all need to improve? Obviously you're playing great football, you're undefeated, but, when you look at film and you see it and you obviously know some better teams are going to be down the road in the playoffs, where do you feel like y'all need to get better in order to beat those teams later on?
I still think we got to get better in every aspect of the game. There's certain things in every aspect that we don't do right, so we just got to keep working at those and get better at them.
Where can you improve the most?
Definitely still on my reads and my throwing game and trusting my teammates. I got to improve reading out my runs, making my run reads, everything.
Man, I really appreciate you taking the time to sit down with me. Congratulations being named Athlete of the Week. Took a great performance for you to get it. Good luck this week. Big matchup with Dable, and hopefully we'll see you guys as region champions just like you want to be.
Yes, sir. Thank you.